Toynado!
Hi, I'm Anthony, photographer, science nerd, and person who has the amazing ability of letting 2 out of 3 supervillains know what my secret identity is. With me is a man who's been bitten by a radioactive spider, covered in symbiotic goop, and then cloned by Miles Warren. It's Pete.
Hello. 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 Hey, hey. Hi.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Ah! That's not Spider-Man. Sorry folks, as you might have guessed by intro, today's figure is Doppelganger from Spider-Man the Animated Series by Toy Biz, which ran from 1994 to 1996. Pete, did you ever watch the early 90s Spider-Man the Animated Series?
Do. Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man. I guess that answers yes.
This is probably my first proper introduction to Spider-Man and all the Spider-Man lore. And look, I've never really been a Spider-Man person. I love his villains, I love the clones, I love all the other people who have Spider in their name, but I've never really been a Peter Parker Spider-Man kind of guy.
Shut your mouth, Anthony. Shush!
I suppose when it came down to it, I love the mutants.
90s X-Men cartoon. Hard to say that it wasn't as good as Spider-Man. It was up there.
But that didn't stop me from watching the Spider-Man cartoon series. It was amazing. Or was it sensational?
Maybe spectacular.
Perhaps it was just Spider-Man. Anyway, I don't actually remember Doppelganger showing up in any of the cartoons. I suppose aside from, I think Harry Osborn has like a dream or something, and there's a creature attacking him that looks like Spider-Man but looks more like Doppelganger. Do you think Toy Biz would have made a figure based solely on that 3-second appearance? Well, if they did, I'm sure glad they did.
I got the answer to this one. A toy series is made up of a selected amount. Then, depending on the price of the rights and the figure itself, you will get some low-costing figures added into the mix. They may have nothing to do with the show or the main figures, but they could be fan favourites or ones that are trying to create a buzz in the market. It is also a way to build up a brand for future toy lines. They did this with the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with the Tony Stark AI figure. Had nothing to do with the movie per se, but it's still a figure which people are after, supposedly.
This was one of the few Spider-Man figures that I actually had as a kid. He was the creature on the side of Cobra, and he sure beat the snot out of many X-Men back in the day. Let's have a look at Doppelganger's accessories. Now this plant trap was pretty cool, and could be played with on its own. So, it has the 2 sides of the teeth, and you press down in the center and bam, it catches you. Once again, I'm not sure what it has to do with the figure, or if it was in the animated series, but it's still a pretty cool accessory. Doppelganger's other accessory is a little badge with himself on it that says Doppelganger. I believe all the figures from the Spider-Man animated series had one of these. Pete, while you're playing with it, do you want to tell us about the articulation?
Nothing would please me more, good chap. Old boy. His head snaps up and down. All 6 arms rotate in the shoulder joint, 360. Left side. And right side. Legs have a great rotation with the ball joints. Knees move up and down.
I love that you could turn his 2 legs around, so then he could stand on all 8 legs/hands.
Wait, what? Oh, how cool's that?
Here's a bit of trivia for you, Pete. Doppelganger first appears in Infinity War #1 from 1992. In the comic, there are doppelgangers of Spider-Man and Wolverine and Iron Man, but Doppelganger Spider-Man is the only one who seems to reappear in other comics. For example, he becomes part of Carnage's crew. Thanks for listening to our episode on Doppelganger. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and in the comments, tell us about a time where you were faced with an evil doppelganger of yourself. Till next time.